Before you turn 40, you need to accomplish these 10 financial goals. The age of 40 is more than just a number. It's a significant landmark that marks the midway point between working and retiring. If you wait another 20 years, you'll have plenty of time to see the globe, live on an exotic island where the sun always shines and the beer is always cold, or relax and take it easy at home. Before you grow older, you should be aware that there are 12 different financial objectives you need to accomplish before you turn 40. Number 10, have an emergency fund that is completely funded. A savings account for unexpected expenses is essential at every stage of life. Your savings for unforeseen expenses should now have enough money to last for at least half a year. If it does not, concentrate on it. Your emergency fund will come in handy if you are rendered unable to work due to an illness or the loss of your job. It's a temporary remedy, but it will help you avoid adding more mental strain to your existing issues. When you're in your 20s, you may find it challenging to accomplish this objective, but when you're in your 30s, paid off before you are 40. If you stick to the standard repayment schedule, you will pay your loan in full in 10 years. Check to verify whether that option is even available. If this is not possible, go as near as possible so that you may reinvest those assets in your retirement, your property, or just in enjoying life. Number 7, invest in a life insurance policy. When a person reaches the age of 40, they face a significant increase in the cost of their life insurance. First things first, straighten up the details of your life insurance policy. Your financial and family duties become much more onerous as time goes on. You put a lot of effort every day to ensure that your family has a good life. In addition to this, you are responsible for protecting them from illness and death. Most individuals need term life insurance. Think about the things that cost you the most money and the individuals whose well-being you want to ensure. Do you want your children and grandkids to inherit your home free and clear of a mortgage? Do you plan to contribute financially to your children's higher education endeavors when they are older? What about you and the person you're dating? Do you want to ensure they have sufficient funds to maintain themselves, or you if you lose your job? A term insurance policy will ensure that your family can maintain their current standard of living even if you die away unexpectedly. In addition, health insurance is meant to aid you in coping with growing medical expenditures, which make hospitalizations and treatment for essential illnesses more challenging. This is one of the primary reasons for having health insurance. Additionally, if you get these insurance plans before you become 40 years old, you may get them at a more affordable cost while you are still considered a young adult. Your age and how healthy you are both play a role in determining how much you will pay for insurance. Obtain insurance protection while things are going well. Suppose you currently have one or more of these policies. In that case, you should make it a habit to examine your amount regularly, assured to see whether or not it still satisfies the needs of your current lifestyle and level of income. The sooner in life you get life insurance, the cheaper your monthly premiums will be. Since the interest rates are fixed for the duration of time, if you buy the policy when you are 30 years old, you will keep it until you are 60. Number 6, put money into your person. Investing in yourself is a process that should continue throughout your life, but by the time you are 40, you should have it down to a science. You've likely spent the previous 10 or 20 years focusing on other people's needs or making progress in your own life. Now is the moment to put all of your attention on only yourself. Discover something new, read a good book, or take some time to rest. Think about your financial situation in addition to your mental and physical health. If you increase your level of education, you will be able to make more informed decisions. The more healthy you are, the less money you will need to spend on medical care, and the more out of life you will be able to get pleasure. Take advantage of this chance to learn something new or investigate potential side hustles. You never know what challenges and opportunities life may provide to you, but having a diverse collection of skill sets, hobbies, and goals can help you overcome any obstacle that stands in your face. Number 5, establish a fund for future education expenses. The typical American parent has saved $18,000 for their child's college education, whereas youngsters ages 13 to 17 have saved $22,000 on their own for their future education. This amount is inadequate to cover the expense of a 4-year education without taking out additional loans, even though tuition prices might vary quite a bit from one institution to the next. If you want to have children in the future, you should start investing money away for their education as soon as possible. When you create a 529 college savings plan, you may take advantage of the tax advantages of doing so. This is where 30% of the money people in the United States have saved for education is kept. You should only consider doing this if you're already well on your way to retiring. But hold on there if you're falling behind on your funds for retirement. Suppose you begin contributing to your retirement plans early and continue regularly. In that case, a college savings plan may give your child a solid foundation for a financially independent life. The money in a 529 account is exempt from taxation while it grows. You may use this money to pay for vocational schools, books, and other education-related costs. Number 4, retirement planning. You probably aren't considering your retirement plans when you're in your 20s and 30s. When you reach your 40s, you realize that you can't afford to put it off any longer. Investing for the long run demands a significant amount of patience. The longer you wait to make a long-term investment, the more challenging it will be to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. If you want to prevent having financial difficulties in your 40s and 50s, you should get off to a strong start in your 30s. To determine how much money you'll need to retire comfortably when you're in your 60s, you'll need to account for inflation while calculating the cost of maintaining your current lifestyle. You should have some money invested in long-term investments such as PPF, EPF, NPS, equity mutual funds, and so on by the time you reach your 30s. This will ensure that your money continues to snowball in your later years and will give you the financial security you'll need when you retire. If you haven't done so, wasting time is not an option. To establish how and how much you should save, you should seek the advice of a financial counselor. Number 3, make educational preparations for your kids. Getting a degree from an institution of higher learning does not come cheap. Consequently, you must ensure that you are ready to fulfill the long-term monetary requirements of your children. As you hit your 40s, your children will begin their studies in higher education, and you will get closer to retirement. You will need to devise a strategy to reconcile your challenging financial goals with the necessary borrowings to reach those goals. One of the most efficient ways to put money away for your children's or grandchildren's education is to set up a systematic investment plan, SIP, inside a mutual fund. Think about investing in things like a land that are expected to go up in price over time. It would be best if you had created an appropriate investing portfolio for yourself by the time you are 40, considering your investing aptitude, risk appetite, and financial goals. It would be best if you had done this in addition to the fundamental ideals outlined before. Your investing portfolio ought to have a balanced distribution of equities and debt instruments. It would be best if you also considered making a tremendous effort to reduce the amount of debt you have while you are in your 40s to invest and generate money in the future. It is not worth much to make errors in your financial life at this time, since the effects of those mistakes will be magnified considerably when you reach the age of 60. Talk to an investing expert so they can guide you through the process of overcoming your financial issues and developing the best strategy for managing your money. Number 2, obtain a cabinet for storing documents. It's possible that when you were in your 20s, a filing technique that included shoving all of your W-2s, pay stubs, and other financial documentation into the trash drawer of your home may have been effective. On the other hand, it is most probable that this has caused your financial situation to grow more challenging. You most likely have a more significant number of bills to pay, more insurance policies to handle, a mortgage payment to make, and an ever more complicated tax credit system to understand. Organize, and organize some more. Also, if you haven't done so already, download software that will help you manage your money and keep track of all your financial information in one place. Online users have access to a wide variety of alternatives to choose from. Number 1, draft a will. No one knows for sure how long they have left to live. Sudden death without a valid will might leave the heirs with undivided property and wealth, which can later become a source of contention. Suppose you have amassed a sufficient amount of fixed assets and wealth. In that case, it is highly recommended that you prepare a legal will with an experienced attorney that details the distribution of property and wealth among your heirs. This will ensure that your wishes regarding the distribution of property and wealth are carried out after your death. In addition, it is of the utmost importance to check the validity of your power of attorney for an adequate amount of time. No matter where you are in your life, it won't be challenging to work these financial milestones into your schedule and see them through to completion before you reach 40. If you're unsure what to do, take things one step at a time. I hope you liked and learned something from today's video. If you want to keep improving and being inspired, subscribe and press the bell button to be alerted whenever we upload a video. This has been Market Profits Institute.